Sori. Harry.
Chip. Here's Chip.
So we're doing Hurt again, but this is the Trent Reznor.
Yeah.
Reznor?
Yeah. So apparently Trent Reznor did the song first and Johnny Cash.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the comment section is blown up.
Oh, man.
Like people were like genuinely offended. It's like.
Oh, I can see that.
It's strange to me.
What?
Like in the grand scheme of things, like. But anyway.
Well, we gave credit to Johnny Cash, but it wasn't. But he was doing the cover, so I can see. But
yeah, I mean, I guess.
But I mean, we're journeying. We're learning.
Well, the thing is like Google it. No, we're not going to Google it. And
No.
the main reason we're not going to Google it is I don't want anything that's going to influence how we interpret the song or anything like that.
Exactly.
And so I understand that there's context around it, but I also think that people are like, oh, you completely missed the point of the song. I don't think that we're going to get much of a different reaction to the lyrical breakdown from Trent versus Johnny Cash. I mean, I said...
Well, Johnny Cash was older than Trent.
Right, but I talked about the young version of it. It's rare that a person gets it when they're young.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's
that's
like...
True.
It's like... it's just... I don't know. But, my strategy is we're going to get as raw a reaction as we possibly can, so we're not going to research anything. And then if we're wrong about something, it goes we always find about it in the comment section.
Mm-hmm.
Always. So that's pretty much our policy. We're never going to, we're never going to do that. Because anytime you Google something, Google always over communicates. So there's always going to be something else, and it's going to be like, So... It's just and look, this is not the canonical interpretation of the song.
Right.
This is our reaction and our interpretation of what we're seeing. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of confused at the do some research before the songs.
Yeah.
It's a reaction channel.
Yeah, well.
Like, I don't understand that.
I think that affects the
authentic
reaction, but...
Yeah, and I think anybody that's seen us talk on Firesides knows that if we want to research something, we're okay at researching. I mean... Right,
exactly.
And by that, I don't have a problem with being ignorant about things. Only God is omniscient. Mm-hmm. That's only for Allah. So I'm not God. So I don't have a problem with being ignorant about stuff.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff about music I don't know. I mean, that's what we say all the time when we do interviews. Like, shit, we didn't know this, we didn't know this.
Yeah, we don't have a problem admitting that.
Well, I enjoy it. Mm-hmm. What a boring world if you knew everything. So, I don't know. I mean, start a channel where you research everything and know everything that's going to happen about the song beforehand.
I could just skip over those people. I don't really care that they said that. I want to hear the song.
All right. Trent Reznor.
They're always talking. People are always talking. You know what I mean?
I know.
Ready?
All right. Thanks, Bob.
I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole, the old familiar sting. Try to kill it all away, but I remember everything. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end. this crown of thorns upon my liar's chair, full of broken thoughts I cannot repair. Beneath the stains of time, the feeling disappears. You are someone else. I am still right here. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end. And you could have it all. My empire of dirt, I will let you down. I will make you hurt. If I could start again, a million miles away, I would keep myself. I would find a way.
Which version do you like better?
Johnny Cash.
You like Johnny Cash?
Yeah, he has an incredible voice.
Who? Trent
Trent
Reznor?
Reznor.
Really?
Yeah, I like the way like his voice it's very sad sounding.
Yeah, he's
You know, he captured that, but it felt really slow.
He's a tormented fella.
Yeah, it felt like I felt tormented.
Oh, here we go.
No, I didn't feel I did feel like it was going very long. I was like, whoa.
I enjoyed
Each
it.
word was like coming out slow, and I didn't expect that. So,
Well, a lot of the comments were saying that Johnny Cash basically took the song. He did such a good job at it that his version is
oh, really? Most people like Johnny Cash version better?
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm with the majority. Why, do you like this one better?
I'm not sure. You know, it's a live performance versus Johnny Cash's studio performance, so that's part of it.
Yeah,
There's, Trent is
See, he sounded like a sad love song. Not so much
life,
drug addiction. You know what I mean? Lessons, woeful tale.
right.
You know what? So I don't think that the mood was quite captured like when Johnny Cash did it, but I really like his voice.
This one seemed to be more about a specific individual.
Yeah.
It is interesting how, if you look at, I'm glad that Chris sent me this to review because of the contrast of two people singing the exact same song.
I know, yeah.
And it means
something different.
Yeah. You're right. There's a vibe of there's a specific person he's talking to.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, and then, but the Cash one, I just didn't get that vibe that he was talking to a specific person.
No, I didn't either.
But then everybody was like, "You need to watch the video," because Johnny Cash had a video. I try to explain to people that we'll get blocked,
Right.
because we don't pause anything. One, it demonetizes the majority of our videos, but two, especially if it's an official video, it usually gets blocked, especially if something as popular as the Johnny Cash one.
We've had stuff blocked and then we just have to remove everything from it and then just put it up like that.
Yeah.
And people are upset about that. People are like, you shouldn't even release them. I'm like, fuck you. I'm not going through all the work of reviewing it and then not even put it out.
Well, yeah, we can be a little bit more gracious because they don't understand that.
I know, it's just too much work. And
it takes hours and hours of work.
So much work.
But anyway, so yeah, it's an amazing contrast because you're young, you just assume he's talking to some girl that he his drug addiction kind of messed up the relationship. But
and it's like he wants it's like very reminiscent almost, and like looking back and like regret sounding and
both of them are about regret, but this one is like he lost somebody, he's lonely, he's isolated. He sounds it's very amazing to me that a guy like this that's this mega talented can and this successful is still very lonely. Apparently he seemed very lonely to me.
Yeah, it did seem that way.
It's like here you are, and it's interesting, it's like he's a center of attention.
Yep.
But it almost doesn't seem to matter that he's the center of attention. Like that's not,
No. I think it's kind of like, I don't think you feel like this, but lots of people feel like this. Like too much social media actually makes them feel really lonely because the connections are not like person to person, like the connections that you get like that. So like so much time on Facebook and stuff like that or in media ends up making people feel like a lot of times really depressed and really lonely. So maybe it's the same thing for like somebody who has, all these people are looking at him, but it's still not like the contact of a friend or somebody that you really love. You know what I mean? Like they're fans that are there to watch you, but you're not like connecting with them on a personal level, you know what I mean? Well, you are kind of because you're sharing your music, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like a friend.
No, I agree. I agree that it's just like...
Yeah, you look very sad.
I just feel like sometimes there's musicians or whatever who are playing a role of being a tormented person who's lonely.
Oh, yeah.
Because, that's rock and roll, that's part of it,
Yeah.
But I, to me, it's like, we've got a little still on this, like, a little smiley face there thingy.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a very, it doesn't seem to be very happy. He seems to be, like, authentically troubled.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't know, like as far as musicianship or the whole rock and roll culture, it's like, well, yeah, that's like a positive thing. Like, oh, he's authentically troubled.
Yeah.
I would much rather him as a person be like really happy and play a troubled role than be miserable and be authentically miserable.
Right.
But it's very, very strange. It's like, but for me, there's just something about the fact that he's authentically tormenting that does it for me, especially in a live performance.
Yes.
And that's why I just want to see a live performance, because it's like, whether it's aggression or whether it's just like, whatever it is, if it's depression or the kind of lonely isolation thing, I want to see if it it's probably what's going on with me. It's like I want to see like, okay, what you're talking about, do you genuinely mean it? And can you find that in a live show? And of course you can fake that in a live show. And we've seen some bands that do that, but this band, this guy, he's kind of like, he's true cult. He's true
he
cult
wrote
miserable.
this song?
He wrote this. He's the one that wrote this. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I think he hurt somebody.
What do you mean?
I think the young man hurt somebody and he feels bad about it.
You hurt some young lady?
Yeah.
I don't know, the lyrics are about isolation and...
Yeah, but he says like,
what have I become, my sweetest... I'll let you down.
I'm gonna let you down.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's just done so much throughout his life that he's like... Maybe he met somebody and he like kind of wants it, but he can't because he knows it's just not gonna...
What do you mean?
I don't know, like... We don't have... Where are the lyrics, babe? Like, you know how he said like... that he's gonna let them down or something like that? Like maybe he's done so much letting down over the years that now he's like... You know, maybe he wants to have a relationship with somebody, but...
Did you go to the post office, by the way?
Yeah.
Where is he?
It's in the car.
This kind of reminds me
But I thought that we were going to do a Christmas and something, so I figured we were waiting.
No, it's the Christmas nothing. We need to get rid of that abomination.
Oh! You should see the box. I don't even know if he survived. I was like, what the heck? I'm like, this thing's been through the ringer. He's like, well, hopefully it's not a comic. He busted out laughing.
Well, yeah. So, they're the lyrics. I mean, they're the exact same ones.
No, I know, but
from yesterday.
Right.
So, there's that.
Well, he said everybody leaves and stuff like that. So I think maybe he's experienced some loss and yeah. I mean, I understand the lyrics are the same, but
it's just very, very fascinating. Like,
yeah.
And I don't know if it's because you have two separate artists, like the way that they did it was so different. That may be part of it. Then it's like, is it the two stages of life thing? This guy's in the prime of his life, the other one's at the end of his life.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be it. I don't know. It's just a very, very interesting dynamic about how, and then it makes you wonder to yourself, you know, when we were talking about earlier in the introduction, which is people like, this is what the song means.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then it's like, well, yeah, it depends on who's singing it.
Yeah, it feels different, very different.
You know what I mean? So it's like...
I have a question for you.
It's amazing. Go ahead.
Okay, two questions. One is, so Trent Reznor wrote this.
Right.
Played it.
Uh-huh.
And then Johnny Cash can just come along and say, you know what? I can sing that. And so then he just sings it? Does he have to pay this guy for doing that?
It's a cover.
Yeah, I know.
So it's kind of a similar situation that you asked about with Sound of Silence, because it was
Does he have to pay?
It wasn't Disturbed. I don't know. I mean, if it's the same record label, then it's the record label's property. Blah
Okay.
blah 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 blah.
So
blah.
my
Royalties.
question
Blah
is,
blah 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 blah.
how would you feel if you wrote this song and then somebody else did it and like basically it became known for that? Like when people, I don't know if you're saying that the majority of the people like Johnny Cash's version. So like
it seemed to be like a unanimous thing that Johnny Cash's version is like with the Wolverine.
Yeah. Well,
the
yeah.
Wolverine trailer.
Yeah. So my
they
question
didn't use
is,
Trent's version.
how would you feel if you wrote that song and somebody took it over and they did better than you and it became like almost known as theirs?
Well, I mean, I did Breathe. I did the Breathe song, and then, you know, some people were like, oh, I didn't like it, blah, blah, blah. And I was wondering, because this is the first time I've actually done a song where strangers got to listen to it, not my friends or my family. Mm-hmm. And people made all these comments about it, and I literally didn't care. Because for that beat,
Yeah.
the Quiet Storm beat, for that beat, that was a song I always wanted to hear for that beat. Mm-hmm. Like, those are the lyrics.
Yeah, no, but that's not really the same, babe. I'm saying.
What I'm saying is it probably wouldn't affect me.
So you write your own music, you wrote your own song, they keep your music, they keep your exact lyrics, they just have a different voice. And then the song becomes popularized because of them.
I mean, Johnny Cash is a legend.
So you'd be fine with it. I wouldn't like it. That would annoy me. I'd be like, that was my friggin' song.
I wouldn't care.
I knew it. That's why I asked the question.
I really wouldn't care.
You would think that...
I think a lot of these guys make music for themselves. And it just so happens that we get to participate in... I don't think they're making music for us.
Oh, I would not like that.
You know. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you've ever gone through the process of like going and writing, you know. With rap, it's different because with rap you have to, you know.
If somebody took our channel and did voiceover and put their voice in there and then made a channel and their channel got ginormous.
If we were, well, I mean, the analogy would have to be that we were a ginormous channel. Like, let's say we had 2 million subs or something like that.
And then somebody made it, like, huge.
Well, the analogy would have to be a video. So, like, somebody takes the daddy video.
Yeah.
And made it bigger. That wouldn't affect me. That wouldn't bother me.
Interesting.
You know, I just don't think that, I don't know, especially for this guy, the way I'm looking at him, you know, I just think that he had to get something off of his chest, and that was the only reason that song was made, and it was made for him. All the other stuff...
Life must be so easy for you. Stuff doesn't really bother you like that.
Well, no, there are things that bother me.
No, like that.
Well, I mean, I just... Like I said, like, that song I made for myself. There's another song I made that I made for myself.
Yeah.
You know, so every time a certain, political event happens, I could just play that song and I won't go crazy and hurt people. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like a lot of it is just for me. It's like, okay, like I want this song if I'm feeling like this. If I'm feeling pissed off, this is what I'm listening to. How people feel about it is, or that little other one where, I was supposed to go and do that show, it's like, it's not really important to me.
I know, I can't believe that. Somebody wanted him to go and put his rap out there.
Well, it was another song. I dropped a verse for somebody. I was guesting on somebody singing. And it wasn't important for me to go out there and do it publicly.
I was going to get that opportunity, and I was actually good at what I was doing. You better know I would be there doing it.
Yeah, So
maybe I just think that because I'm not good at it.
I don't know. I don't know how he feel. I don't know how he felt about that.
Yeah.
I would imagine. I mean, but I think that Trent has a lot of respect for. Probably had a lot of respect for Johnny Cash.
I mean, yeah, that's the other thing. If it's somebody that you really look up to, that'd be a huge compliment.
Yeah. So who produced it? Rick Rubin. So I'm gonna put in N.I.N. Hurt, and we'll see who produced N.I.N. Hurt. I don't shit.
It's Vin Hurt.
Oh. It's not there. Alright, well. So I don't know who produced.
Yeah, maybe you can't put 9 Inch. Maybe you have to. Huh. Wow, that's weird.
I saw this Mob Deep stuff coming in. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Anyway, well. So what do you.
People were saying it was on the Downward Spiral record. There it is, 9 Inch Nails. And then Hurt was the last song. Okay. He produced it. He produced his own record. So
yeah.
There you go.
Well.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if he was frustrated about it or not. I don't know. What do you give the song? What do you give this version of the song?
I'm going between an 8.5 and a 9. It's not a 10. The other one was a 10. This one was pretty good, but it felt like it was just dragging. Each word was dragging. I'm 8.5.
Well, I think the context of Johnny Cash was a lot more compelling to me than the context here.
Yeah.
The guy at the end of his life, because there's not a lot of that in rock and roll because it's a young man's business.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a lot of these guys don't even make it to be that old. So, you got like Metallica, those guys are in their 50s now. So it'd take probably another 10 to 15 years before they start really making music like this, where they're like, yo, not like I'm looking back at my life, but like, it's old. It's closing. The life is closing. I understand that he died pretty soon after this. So.
Oh really?
Not Reznor, but Johnny Cash.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, it just has a lot more existential sort of ramifications. Whereas this one, it was still good, but it probably because I'm in the middle of this period of my life, like with Reznor.
Yeah.
It's not as significant to me as the Cash one because I'm not there yet. So it's a 9.5 from me.
Well, you still got it high.
Very high song, and anytime somebody can pull something off live, that's what I'm about. Been out.
Sori out.
Gone.